the first part of the presentation is all about DTIC. I work with the Defense Technical Information Center along with Jennifer Kirby. And so the whole first part of my presentation is about DTIC. You know what, there we go, slideshow from the beginning. So please bear with me. It's going to get fast and furious here. Okay, on this first screen, you're going to see a couple things, and these are the things I'm really going to focus on. We are going from Amazon Web Services as our client that we pay for our platform that we have all of our infrastructure on. That that contract is basically up and gone. We've now moved over to the Air Force's Cloud One. And all of our documents reside in a platform called OpenText. And by next year, we'll be in OpenText Cloud. And right now, what we're doing, the exciting things we're working on is we're actually building a tool that will help us with indexing and cataloging our documents, and that's in Azure. So we're actually doing some machine learning. Okay. We've got our vision statement. This is a really great definition of digital curation for those who would like to read it. And also, I sent everybody an email with a copy of this PowerPoint presentation. So if you want to go peruse it, you'll find out where your tax dollars are going. Here, it just kind of, this slide gives you a really good view of here are all the people that submit stuff to DTIC. And on this side of the screen over here, everything that we have in our collection. I do need to point out that we have 4.7 million records at the moment, and we've collected those over the span of 75 years. So, like I said, on we go. DTIC is modernizing. We have a lot of challenges. And a huge portion of my presentation was about data wrangling. I work in DTIC C, and C is for content. There are many different parts of DTIC C. We have a submissions group, a content management group. Selections does a lot of cleaning, and then content analysis, that's the catalogers. I'm one of those. Jennifer is jack of all trades. She works in every single one of these groups. And then content quality is really, making sure that we've all done a great job up to this point, plus security, because we do work with documents that need to be protected. Ultimately, it all goes out into our catalog, data sets, and our reference librarians and our user services department help our warfighters get the information they need. So wrangling, lots of wrangling. Here we go. So as I mentioned before at the very beginning, we're modernizing. We're going from OpenText Extended ECM into OpenText Cloud. And our IT guys are furiously working on this transformation. We will have it by next September. In the meantime, we are helping them figure out what the new process for submissions will be. And here's a fabulous diagram that was given to me by the IT folks. This is our current process. And right here, box. This is literally manual data entry. Oh yeah, folks, we type a lot all day. So we're gonna try to not do that so much. And we're gonna be using some programs in the future where you just upload the file, sloop right up into the system. And these programs are 3. There are some other ones too, but for time, we'll just keep going. These are programs that are going to scrape the data out of those files, populate our template for our catalog records, and then at this point, the user who has submitted the document and the DTIC staff will do the quality check to make sure everything's looking good before it gets pushed out into our catalog. Okay. This is going to be lots of time saved, and it's going to get more documents into our system more quickly. Okay, so here's the fun thing that I have been working on with our data scientist team for the past 2 weeks. We are actually building a meta tagger. Right now, we have a tagger that we use, but it's a black box to us. We can't go in there and fiddle with it. When issues come up with this product, we have to go to the vendor to solve those issues. Well, those days are out. We are now building our own in Azure, which is the Microsoft cloud, if you haven't heard of Azure before. And we're going to call it Cloud Tagger. Now, this section here is all stuff that Jennifer was going to touch on. And when I get done, we'll see what Jen wants to do. But she's going to discuss our thesaurus, the current process, revamping it, and going from meta tagger to cloud tagger. Okay, so what I'd like to share with you is just kind of what it is we're doing in machine learning. Now, am I a data scientist? No, I am not. But I am a consumer and I do understand the content that we're working with. So that kind of makes me, valuable to the team. Before you see a screen that has 14 critical technology areas. And in the Defense Department, these are really important things to us. We have research in these areas that we feel is really important. And we are tagging all of our records right now so that we can make data sets for each of these 14 areas. Okay. Since we have over 4.7 million records, we're going to teach our tool how to tag without us touching every one of them. And here, this is just a sample of what we have in our collection. And I guess integrated network systems of systems. We've got a lot of documents on that, just to pull one out of the air. So the project is set up like this. We have 10 labelers. I'm one of the labelers. And we go into Azure. And we sit down and we literally label records. A record is thrown to us and we say, yes or no to what it is. This is time consuming. I spend 4 hours a day just sitting and clicking yes, no on these records. But ultimately what I'm doing is I'm teaching the tool what a quantum science document is. Here, this is a screenshot of what I see when I go in the morning. I go in over here on the side. I see this is just a sample, but it's yes and no. To start off, I click labeled data. Here in the center, there would be a document. Just imagine that. Uh, and then over here on the side, I decide, well, is it a quantum science document or not? And I do yes, no, and I click submit. You have to think of a tool like this as a 3-year-old. And you can tell a 3-year-old this is an orange, but you have to show him all the other things that are not oranges in order for him to know that, you know, a tangerine is not an orange. Or so you get the idea. And that's literally what we're doing with the data scientist team. They have put together all of this structure for us, and then we're using our content knowledge to actually, you know, submit to the machine learning tool the content. And from that, it will, you know, figure out what the difference is between a quantum science document and, you know, a biotechnology document. So enrichment, that's what I'm doing all day long. So that's my little part of it, very as quickly as I could go. And Jennifer, if you want to jump in here, you can.
Sorry, I'm just trying to share my screen.
Yep.
So Moni already talked a little bit about this, but let me just give a quick overview of everything. So like she said, we have more than 4.7 million records. And behind that for indexing, we have Arthosaurus, which has more than 18,000 controlled indexing terms. And the content analysts where we work are responsible for selecting which ones are most relevant to each document to help our users find them. And right now we're using a tool called MetaTagger, but we're moving over to a new AI-powered tool called CloudTagger. So my project is all about trying to improve its output. So let me go into my project. So yeah, I know we're over time, so I'm trying to just get down to the most important thing. So we have 18,000 unique descriptors, and within that, it's actually much larger. It has actually 65,000 more granular terms as part of its lexical evidence. So my project was all about spell checking it, because right now it's all manual typing, so there are typos in it, and so without cleaning up all this data, the new ML tool is gonna just pull out what we have. So I'm trying to improve it. So going through, I ran it through a quick program to pull out all of the spelling errors that Microsoft identified. And so in the thesaurus, there are 192,000 words, a little bit over that. And once I ran the program to pull them out all out and spell check them, it identified nearly 4,000 words that I thought were misspelled. So I went through some data cleaning to improve all of those. And I was able to run it through a different AI-powered software to help get better results than what Microsoft was identifying. So I went down from 4,000 identified misspellings to a little under 200. And going from that big old massive pile of words, I was able to get it down to something much more manageable. And I was able to manually spell check those. And I pulled out 55 words out of the more than 200,000 words there, and the 4,000 that I thought was misspelled. And so I got down to the 55 true positives. and I was able to those out and correct those. And I sent them over to the person who manages our thesaurus. And he said that lots of those were likely misspelled for decades, just because having this huge, massive pile of data and words, and they're all scientific terms, it's nearly impossible to actually find which ones actually are. So I got those out to help aid better data discovery. And then it's all about just getting better data to be able to have our users better find what they need to better connect the research and have it all be better usable, better for all of our new tools that are coming down the pipeline that Moni talked about. But I don't want to go too much longer since we're already running late, but that's my little project.